made a fool of myself again. And one of you saved me. It could have been any one of you. Well, almost any one of you. I'm a cautionary tale. I know that. The morphine, the whiskey, it's pretty pathetic, really. I don't pity myself. I hate myself, good and proper, but I don't pity myself. Maybe I do. I don't really know anymore. I had a family once. Sometimes I wish back when I saved Dutch. Rather than saving me back, he'd done the proper thing and put a bullet in my head. Excuse me.
How you gentlemen keeping? Sorry for interrupting, but I can't stand much longer over there. I mean, I love the girls, but my lord, they complain a lot. I mean, I've known worse than this. I was born into worse than this. Most of us grew up hungry and scared and alone, one way or another. And here, we've usually got food, and we usually ain't scared. I mean, sometimes. And we ain't never alone. Not here. Quite the opposite. So I'm done with the whining. I know we had a scene in the mountains, but we're over that. It's time to cheer up. All of you.
All right.
That was quite a speech.
Just feel like it's time they all buck back up now.
I agree.
How you boys doing? Mind if I stand a while? My lord. But mark my words, one of these days, Karen will slit old Grimshaw's throat. We all hate her. But Mary Beth is sort of peaceful, and Abigail, she doesn't have time for that kind of nonsense. And I don't care enough, and Miss Adler, well, she may slit any one of our throats, come to think of it. But Karen hates her more than anyone, and she hates Karen. And Karen ain't one to hate unwisely. I've seen her cut men up more than once. If Grimshaw goes missing, I'll give you 20 to 1. Karen did it. Only she won't slit her throat. She'll cut her throat clean out and drink her blood. Mark my words, boys. You know something? Them boys kidnapped me and was gonna do God alone knows what to me. But I'm imagining it ended with me dead in a ditch someplace. And it made me realize something. It made me realize we got it pretty good here. And you boys is decent. And I wanted to say thank you. Seriously, all of you. Well, most of you. I'm getting all soppy. Even Grimshaw ain't so bad. But don't tell her I said it or I'll kill all of you. Enjoy your night, fellas. Hey.
Hey, Arthur.
Grimshaw does always look out for you.
I know. She just has a funny way of showing it sometimes.
Sure.
So how about you, Mr. Trelawney? Where are you from?
The moons of Jupiter, dear boy. The moons of Jupiter.
Oh, shut up, shut up. Now, that kind of nonsense might amuse folk at a children's birthday party. But really, I'm saying Irish.
No,
Scots?
Cornwall, dear boy. Where the real, original Celts are from. Where they still have trolls, just like you, that live under the bridges. Where fire spews out of the marshes.
What's it like there?
I have no idea. I've never been, but it sounds wonderful.
Well, I'm from Ohio, and I have been there. And he could use more trolls.
So I've heard. So I've heard.
Gentlemen, why the long faces? What's wrong with all you? Goddamn whiners. Complainers. Worse than that. Complainers who don't even say nothing, just complain with your eyes and sour mouths. Well, where I come from, we got a word for you lots. Wise. That's what you become. Wise. Oh, yeah, that's how it seems to me. Big, tough men, robbers, hoodlums, proud degenerates, turned into a bunch of moaning women at the side of some lawman in a little snow. I ain't never seen anything so disgusting in my whole time. I met a lot of women, but you boys just about turned into the most womanly of all of them. And that's the truth.
Every time, Uncle.
Now, let me tell you boys a story. And when old Uncle was just a little boy, back when they called me nephew, I guess, not Uncle. Now, my real uncle, Uncle Jeb, my mother's brother's cousin, he was kind of funny. One of those men you didn't want to be left alone with on account of him doing, well, you know what I mean. Not right with young men. Anyways, he wanted to take me fishing. Now, I didn't want to go, because if there's one place men act funny, it's around fish. Well, anyways, he tried to take me. All week long, he's telling me to come, and in the end, I sent my brother's friend, Ned, instead. Go. I never liked Ned much either. I figured, well, they could do the damnedest to each other. Turns out they did. Only weren't Jeb drowning Ned like I reckon, but Ned, he went and, well, stabbed Jeb right in the moneymaker. Turned him into Aunt Jemima. No word of lie.
Hey there. I ain't sure I understood a word of that.
Oh, I'm lost on you fools.
Well, you're lost, that's for sure.
Man, bunch of sour faces. Cheer up, the lot of you. None of them women got the clap. None of you got lynched yet. Ain't none of you got married neither. Way I see it, ain't no good in worrying about what may be. Worry about what you got and ain't got, and none of you got nothing to worry about. Just like my daddy told me. He said, son, don't worry about the future. Worry about today. And I said, what do you mean, Pa? He said, well, you're gonna get a beating so hard you'll be lucky to even see tomorrow. He was right. Damn nearly killed me, but it taught me not to watch women in the outhouse and get caught. It also taught me not to worry about nothing other than that which is gonna happen.
Hey,
That's deep, Uncle.
I speak only the truth.
Well, that's one lie right there.
Gentlemen, I tell you, I see all them long faces and sour expressions, but you're forgetting one thing. It's a good time to be alive. These are the best of times for men such as us. This is the age of science, the age of reason, the age where a man can be what he wants, irrelevant to birth or other restrictions, like intelligence. Now, half you fellas don't realize how lucky you are. This is a free time. I mean, sure, old Dutch has led us into a scrape, but we gonna be fine. I was telling one of those lovely ladies just now, don't cry, sugar, I told her, because they like that. Anyway, don't cry, I said. Uncle loves you, and one day, you won't be no $3 whore. You're gonna be a $5 whore or a housemaid. Them's dreams. Of course, you boys and I know that ain't never gonna happen. She'll die on her back at the hand of some monster in the back room of some no-name saloon. Sure as shit as brown. But it damn near made her day. And she's out there smiling, so cheer up. That's all I'm saying. You know, the thing is, this country's been ruined ever since the British left. That's a fact. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate British folk. Silly damn voices. Stuff-shirted windbags. But we're even worse. What have we done, huh? We put fellas in leg irons. We killed each other. Invaded Cuba. And now we're about to invade the Philippines. And this is the land of freedom? It's ridiculous. This isn't a land for men. It's a land for money.
You all right there, Pearson? You seem a little out of it.
I ever tell you boys
Just
about the
exhausted,
time
Mr.
I was
Morgan.
lost in the Congo,
Well, we're out of the
became
worst now.
a living god for a few days? Seriously, it's a good one. And it's true. Entirely true. Many, many years ago, I was selling camping supplies in East Africa. My lord, it was wild. Massive boys, them Congo Indians, average 9 feet tall, some even bigger. Now, we was riding down the river, you know, when suddenly our boat erupted into flames. The rest of the crew, they was eaten by hippopotamuses, rhinoceroses. I survived, you know. I got taken to a village in the trees. They'd never seen a white man before, and as luck would have it, they had a witch doctor made a prophecy that a god would turn up, floating on the river, white as a cloud. So they made me a god. And it was fun for a few weeks. Then they tried to marry me off to the chief's daughter. Either that or sacrifice me to another god. When I said I'm not the marrying kind, they wanted to kill me and feed me to their pigs. Well, I ran away and, well, I spent weeks in the jungle. Gorging off giant cockroaches. Oh, God. True story. I promise you. Come on, you misery guts. All of you. What's wrong with you? Cheer up. We ain't dead yet. Cheer up. Bill Rock Williamson, what is wrong with you?
Nothing.
There.
Well, I mean, well, nothing.
Oh, cheer up. It's a beautiful night. We're sat by a fire. We're alive. Now, yeah, I know death, despair, disaster all around us, but, you know, Who cares? They ain't here. Come on. Sing us a song. Somebody. Huh? Huh? Somebody sing us a song. Please. I can't take much more of this misery. Oh. Somebody sing.
I'll tell you what I'm bored of. Being laughed at. Bored of being the butt of all you fools' jokes. It ain't nice, and it ain't brotherly. I mean, I get it. I get it. Oh, look, there's old Big Bill. Oh, look at him, ain't he so dumb? Well, I ain't so dumb.
Well, of course you ain't so dumb, Bill. You're just averagely dumb.
Thank you. That means something. I got feelings inside of me. Real feelings. Now, I know I'm not as smart as you, or Hosea, or Dutch. But I'm just as smart as Marston, or Arthur, or any of them.
Exactly. Sort of how I see it. You're fine.
But it still hurts. It does. People calling you dumb.
It's like people call me lazy. I'm not lazy. I just don't like working. There's a difference. It's like you and thinking. You're not dumb. You just don't like thinking. That sort of it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of it.
Makes sense now.
Yeah.
Any of you boys ever made it to Australia yet? Bill, you ever get there? In the army? Huh?
Australia?
Sure.
I don't believe for 1 minute that you ever made it to Australia.
Well, man, you'd be right. I never did. But I tried. I made it as far as Chicago.
Chicago ain't nowhere near Australia.
No, but it's on the way. I always wanted to see one of them kangaroos. Giant boxing rats who keep their babies in their pockets. Oh, God. Oh. What kind of lunatic thought that up?
That's an interesting way of seeing things.
Maybe we'll head over there one of these days, huh? Yeah. Start a new life as kangaroo farmers.
Well, there's a dream we ain't had yet.
How you gentlemen doing?
Fine and dandy.
Good. That's real good. I just read something.
That's the problem with you, Dutch. Always reading. Always been an issue with you.
Not with you.
I got common sense. I don't need to read. In fact, I need not to read. It pollutes the mind.
Does it?
Yeah. I've seen it do it to you.
I'd be careful, old man, that court jester act doesn't wear a little thin.
That's his problem. In one. He wants to be an American king. With his knights.
I heard that.
Ooh.
I want no such thing.
You do.
I don't. I just want better than this for us.
Better. Your kind of better.
Oh, I can't stay mad at you, old man.
Okay.
But right now, I'd like to kill you.
Put me out of my majesty, your misery.
Away with you!
There. You see, gentlemen? There goes the greatest man we know. Even he's lost. This is the age of being lost. The age of running to avoid thinking. I've said it before, but you all got it. This sense of being lost. All of you. Well, apart from old Uncle here. But you got it. And that's a fact.
So you got all the answers, do you?
Well, I have a lot of them. People don't only listen.
We have no choice but to listen. Never shut up.
You boys really are pathetic.
And what are you?
I'm a goddamn man.
Oh, is that so?
Well, compared to you lot. Here we are, on the run, being chased east, across this whole goddamn country. And you boys isn't even making any real moves. No wonder old Dutchie's so goddamn tired. He's got to think for all of you.
Shut up, Micah.
No, I will not shut up! I'm trying to help. Shutting up will lead to us all being killed.
We ain't being killed. We've been in worse scrapes than this.
Me too. But moving around with this many of us, it's trouble.
There used to be more.
You're just worried. Worried because you're the one person in this whole goddamn bunch who does nothing but profit from everyone else's work.
That ain't true.
You're the first person I'd kill.
Well, the feeling is mutual.
He just don't like the truth. He's afraid. He's afraid because he's a goddamn parasite! He ain't never off grafting, nor hunting, nor killing like the rest of us. Oh, sure, he's family. He was my uncle, I'd throttle him. He ain't no one's uncle. We should do him in. I'm joking. Relax.
Arthur?
Why are you being like that?
He's a parasite.
And not the only one.
Just go easy on him.
How you boys doing?
Fine.
Said boys. Wasn't talking to you, old man.
Suit yourself.
You know, there are winners and losers in this world. And that's a fact. And what confuses me about you, old man, is you're a loser who somehow ain't got lost yet.
You know, I love it when you enlighten us with these philosophy lessons. You know, I don't know how we managed before you joined us.
Now, Dutch is a great man and far better than any of us, but you waste too much time and energy on weaklings like you.
Me and Dutch go back a long way.
And he feels bad for you. That's why you're still here.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that things ain't got no use, should be put out of their misery.
You just tried, huh?
Was only joking, old man. Don't go and wet your bed again. Ooh.
How you keeping?
I'm keeping.
I like that. Big, tough, and taciturn. Yes, that's the word. Taciturn.
Is it? I don't know what it means.
Well, kind of means big and tough and hiding how dumb you are by not saying much.
That's me.
Oh, it doesn't have to be.
If the choice is folks thinking I'm dumb but not knowing for sure, and folks knowing I'm dumb because I sound like you, I think I'd rather keep them wondering.
I see what you did there. Mighty clever. You know, maybe you ain't so dumb. In that case, say something.
Say what?
I don't know. If I knew, I'd say it.
Maybe it just don't need to be said. You ever think of that? Maybe silence is okay.
Silence. Silence. I got enough time for silence. It's called eternity.
I'm starting to understand eternity a little better. It'll be a lot like this conversation.
You are a very boring man, Charles Smith. You know that?
So you keep telling me. What are you getting at Charles for?
I should have known you'd take his side.
Just stop being an idiot.
Mr. Pearson,
Sir,
that was quite a feast. Thank you.
my pleasure. My pleasure.
So tell me, you ever miss the sea?
Always. Every day.
Why don't you go back?
I'm too old for that business. Far too old. Once you fought real monsters and got away alive, you head back to land and you count your blessings, sir.
Monsters?
Monsters.
Whales.
Whales. Whales are like kittens. You stick them with a harpoon, and you scoop them up and you head home and you act tough. That's easy. No. Real monsters.
Sharks.
Sardines.
Sardines, that's ridiculous.
Sardines. Any real seagoer will tell you. Boys hunt whales. Men hunt sardines. It's not the size, it's the number. One mistake, and they'll swamp you. I've seen 300-pound men eaten alive. I once saw a Portuguese wrestler crushed by a net that ripped. It's the sheer volume of them. Brutal. Brutal business.
You learn a new thing every day.
Exactly.
See, did I ever tell you boys that I once thought about going to sea? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the honest truth is that I was in love with the captain's wife, and she was in love with me, and, well, we were gonna sail to Brazil and raise cattle. But, I got drunk. Missed the boat.
Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Literally missed the boat, yeah. By the time I got to the docks, it was gone.
Happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Hey there.
Hello.
I reckon I'll take my chances with a sardine over a whale.
And that is where perception and experience collide.
Okay, Mr. Pearson.
You boys mind if I sit down a while?
Been a tough few weeks.
I know I've been kind of mad with you all.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, but I want us to get out of here.
Everybody nearly gone crazy. I'm just trying to keep things together. Sometimes it gets hard. I guess I'm struggling to just find a path forward for us all. Same as Dutch, same as Hosea. I don't want to die. But if I have to, I will. So, forgive me, all of you.
Ah, Mr. Peterson.
You know, when I was younger, I'd try and rob anyone, anything. If it weren't nailed down, I'd take it. If you had anything, I'd try and take it from you.
I don't understand that lawman get-up.
I know now, I seem like a sweet old man. But as a young man, I was worse than any of you fools. Total and absolute degenerate. A liar, thief, a killer, when necessary. Then I met two people who changed my life. My dear wife, Bessie, and good old Dutch. And for 20 years now, life has made sense. It isn't my fault, all the unkindness and misery, and I can't stop it, I can't change it, but I can improve things just a bit. It's a lesson I learned from each of them. And what I try to teach you fools, life can be better. We aren't perfect, but we can protect the people we love. Dutch caught me trying to steal food from him. I thought he was gonna kill me. But we looked at each other and we saw something. We've been best friends ever since. He's crazy and I'm a fool, but I trust him because he's true. No lying in him. And when somebody doesn't lie in this world and you don't lie to them, then together you can achieve great things. And destroy great powers. Ignore everything else I said, but remember that.
Well, I think we're gonna be okay. In the end.
I hope so.
We made it this far.
I ever tell you about the time I went on the stage?
Is this like the time you joined the cavalry?
No, this is a true story.
Really true or mostly true?
Really true. Gospel truth, solid oak truth. I always loved drama. And I always had a comedy routine, falling over, getting punched, that sort of thing. Used to play it in the theaters and on the street, all up and down the big rivers back when I was a young man.
Oh, well, I was always into running women.
That's because you're a lowlife, whereas I had aspirations.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I was a comedian, but I wanted to do something serious. Drama. Tried reading some of it, but I didn't understand more than 2 words of it. I just wanted to be in one of them. I don't know why now. So one day, I snuck onto the stage. Turner it was. The Revenger's Tragedy. Bunch of Italians stabbing each other. And I stabbed someone.
Really stabbed them?
No, I wasn't quite that dumb. But then I had a line to say, and I completely forgot it and got booed off. Oh, the shame of it. And that was the end of my dramatic career.
I should have been an actor. I'm a natural, but the lore of Africa was too great for me. Did I ever tell you about Timbuktu?
Many times, my friend, many times. And I don't believe any of it. It's getting kind of late. I gotta get some sleep.
Well, be well.
Did I ever tell you boys about the time I was hanged?
Oh, I think so. Tell us again.
Sure. So I got caught doing something or other. I was just a kid, 17, 18, long before I met Dutch. I was newly an orphan. Anyway, I got caught by some hill country sheriff stealing a chicken, I think it was, and he decided I was going to be hanged for it.
For a chicken?
Yes. Only some folks thought it was unfair. And at the hanging, there was a riot. They went to lynch me. But someone I never saw, he shot the rope clean through. Instead, they hanged the sheriff. And I got away with nothing more than a sore neck.
Well, was you scared?
Absolutely petrified.
Well, fair enough. How you been keeping, Hosea?
Good. But nearly got myself lynched a couple of days ago.
How?
I had been watching this house in town. Rich family lives there. I became convinced, as you do, that the place was full of loot.
Of course. I know the feeling.
It starts to call you that thing in your stomach. Take me. Rob me. I want to be in your pocket. Silver, gold, all the good things in existence.
Exactly.
So, I'm watching the house for a few hours, and it's as quiet as a grave. I become convinced it's empty. I ask around, people ain't been seen. So, for some reason, I must be getting sloppy. I just walk right in. Right into a wake for their dead Uncle McCarby.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what'd you do?
I froze. Then I saw his name, and I became McCarby's best friend they never knew about. Somehow I winged it, and let them lead me into being McCarby's former gold prospecting friend from back in '76. By the end of the evening, we were laughing together and crying. It was very sad. He was a lovely man, old McCarby.
But you still robbed them, huh?
You heartless bastard. Of course I didn't. I robbed the priest, but not the family.
That's okay, then.
You're a pair of old fools. The master at work?
Old habits die hard.
Just so long as you ain't making me dress up like an idiot.
You know, when I was a little boy, some men came to my village. They accused 5 men of spreading rebellion and heresy. They took them into the streets, stripped them naked, castrated them, and fed them to the pigs while the rest of the village was forced to watch. One of those men was my uncle. Another was a friend of my parents. And you know what those men had done? They had suggested that the men of the village demand a fair wage from the local landowner. That not that he share all that he had, just that he give enough that the people might live. Of course, Mexico could be a land of plenty. But the people with the power there? They rather kill than share the smallest little piece. All my life, I think about this. Most people are thieves because they steal the lives and the hopes of others. Arthur?
You think you'll ever go back to Mexico?
For now, I can't. You think we're wanted here? I'll be shot on sight if I go back there.
Maybe one day.
You know, when I first met Dutch, I was at a low point. Real low. And, I tried to rob him. I mean, I was just out of the army, and I was drinking like a fish, and I was still sticking up folk on the highway, just out west of the mountains. And Dutch got one look at me. I was just drunk, and I was angry. and he just burst out laughing. And I was so mad, I swear I could have put a slug in him. But he cheered me up, and he gave me purpose. And now I sense some of you fools are doubting him. And that makes me so angry, because he saved me. He saved Bill Williamson. And he can do it again. So for all you sons of bitches, you fools that are doubting him, go. Leave, just run away, just get the hell out of here. But you know what? I know you won't. None of you will. 'Cause you're all the same. You're just like me. So you have faith. We've all got to have faith. 'Cause this is Dutch Vanderland that we're talking about here. This is Dutch Vanderland.
You tell him, Bill.
Somebody's got him.
For sure.
Gents, you know, it's good to sit down for a minute. You know, I was... Shit! I can't remember what I was gonna say. I can't remember. You know, they say that's the first sign of madness. Just forgetting shit. I had something real interesting I was gonna tell you boys and all, and I can't... It would have been amazing. God, shit, I'm sorry. I am annoyed with myself. You know, my daddy started forgetting things. And it didn't turn too good for him in the end. I just hope that I'm not gonna have that kind of future. May he rest in peace. See, he liked moonshine with his whiskey, and he said it was something about the combination. And by the time he passed, he didn't know his left from his right. It's bad business. I just hope that's not what's happening to me. I mean, I don't like mixing drinks. All right? That's the problem, is mixing. You don't.
How you boys doing?
Good, boss. How about you?
Oh, I am okay, son. I'm okay. It's interesting, you know, that thing Evelyn Miller says, I ain't your king. I ain't your messiah. I hope you all know that. But my God, there are fools in this world, and there are even bigger fools that listen to them. Nobody is looking for something so much as the American people. But it is like old Miller says, the power, the kingship we seek, it is in us. And if we deny it, then we make others our Lord. If we deny it, I love that.
Huh. I don't quite get it.
You will, son. You will. Enjoy your evening.
You know, Micah, you got a mighty big mouth. But you've never told us where Dutch met you.
Micah? He crawled out of the outhouse one day, and Dutch was so amazed he asked him to stay.
I like that.
Well, where was it?
I heard all you fools drone on. I mean, you ain't fools, but you sound foolish. I like Dutch, but he didn't save my life. I saved his. Maybe he never told you, but fact is, I stopped him getting killed in a bar fight in Crenshaw Hills. He's trying to sell some gold you boys had stolen, annoyed some locals. So, I saved his life.
No. No, that ain't true.
Ain't it? Why? 'Cause I need to sit around and boast about things I made up 'cause I failed fighting Redskins, that's so? Good day, gentlemen.
That man is a fool. Look, I make no bones about it. Dutch, he saved my life. When I was lost, he found me, and he saw something in me. I mean, I ain't perfect. Maybe I'm a long way from perfect, all right? I'm just a big, flawed, dumb American, and I know it. But when I'm with him, I feel I can do things. Like I can be someone. 'Cause he found me in a gutter when I was drunk, and I was dumb, and I was lost, and he raised me up. And I will never forget that. And no matter what that fool says, Dutch is special. He has the mark about him. And you all know it. Because I know it.
You boys are really pouring it all out.
It's Micah talking bull crap again.
He's just trying to get a rise out of you.
Mind if I warm myself here a minute, gentlemen? How you boys keeping? Well, I reckon we're on the turn now. Our luck's turning, we're going to be fine. I knew Dutch would have us right. I knew it. Never doubted him for a minute. Now, sad business when Davy passed. Sad business when anyone passes, but we're going to make it. Dutch will see us right.
Yeah, of course he will.
Exactly, Mr. Williamson. Of course he will. He's the ideal. The American this country was set up to create. He'll see us right. Excuse me. Good night, gentlemen.
You know, when I was a boy, I used to wonder what it'd be like to have a family. My mama died when she had me, and my daddy was gone by the time I was 8. I was on my own after that. I was 11, first time I shot a man. His fault, but then we all think that all the time. I thought God himself would come down and take vengeance on me for what I'd done, but that ain't happened yet. Sometimes I wish it would. Well, I guess we'll be all right. We got Dutch. If there's anyone I reckon could convince good old St. Peter he got it wrong, it's Dutch. Aw. We weren't that bad. Come on. Let us in. Let us in. Let us in so we can rob you blind, just like every other unfortunate along the way. How you boys keeping? My lord. Been quite a ride since Blackwater. Since that thing on the boat. You boys know all about that. At least, you know enough. Still trying to forget. Got my wings clipped there, then nearly got eaten by a pack of wolves.
You just hanging around,
Maybe
Arthur?
I should learn my lesson. And just hope Dutch has learned his. I love Dutch. Y'all know that. But we're bad men. We're fighters, I know. But sometimes I start thinking about that girl. Well, Javier knows what we saw, and it weren't pretty. Ask Micah. Although he encouraged it, weren't pretty at all. I just hope Dutch was right when he said that we had to do it to survive. Sometimes you just gotta do really bad things, I guess.
Hello?
Remember the old days? When we used to go around giving away the money we'd robbed?
Yeah. Guess that just kind of stopped at some point.
Sure did.
How we all doing? Man, we are in some shit now, ain't we? Even before Blackwater, I had my doubts, but since then, we've had folk drop like flies. Men I've ridden with for years, just dead. Gone. Women and children, too. This ain't nothing nice. Whole thing used to make some kind of sense, but now feels like we're waiting on a miracle or waiting to die, and I can't tell which it is. I mean, we've always had problems, but never like this. Them folks in Blackwater, it was real mad, and we responded like animals. Like cornered animals. And all of a sudden, things don't make much sense no more. We have become what we set out to hate. And it scares me. It does.
You can't keep reliving that day in Blackwater.
It's hard not to.
We all gotta start moving on.
I wanted to thank all you boys for taking me in, for not killing me. Let me tell you, old Combe O'Driscoll, he's a rotten fella.
Not you as well. It's not Colm. Colm. It's column. In Ireland, we say column.
Well, he likes Colm. He's American.
Oh, he's Irish. Just look at his name. Just a dumb Irish bastard who can't pronounce his own name.
If you say so.
I do say so. Colm O'Driscoll. Say it now.
He likes Colm.
And you like breeding. So say Colm properly.
Colm.
That's better, boy. That's better.
Hi.
Hey there.
All right. Colum? What are you talking about?
Don't you start to. That's how you say it.
Well, I'll be sure to tell him that.
So, what's your story, boy?
Horses.
Horses? How do you mean, horses?
Or, I used to work with horses when I was a little boy. My pa came over from Ireland. He got sick and died. My ma got sick and died. It was cholera. After that, I was all alone, and the stables where I worked threw me out. I was living in the West.
Hey, look out,
we
Javier.
traveled out there because Pa thought he could become a farmer. In California. We never made it to California. I joined the Army, but that didn't work out well. And then I fell in with some outlaws. They got killed, and I fell in with the O'Driscolls. They gave me a choice. Ride with them, or die. So, wasn't much of a choice. Now, I'm in with you, and all I know is folks all seem to die. And I still love horses.
You'll always have the horses, Kieran.
I know where I am with them.
Well, go do some work then.
So, what's he like, this Colm? Or Colm? Or whatever he calls himself, anyway.
Honestly?
Yeah, honestly.
He's, when he talks to you, nicely, it's like the sun is shining. And when he's mad at you, it's like the devil's gonna be upon you. That's how I'd put it. He changes. He's happy and you're happy. He's mad and you're upset and you don't know why. He's unfair and unkind. As long as it isn't directed at you, you don't care. He turns his men into monsters. Somehow he makes them love only him. He scares me. I mean, you boys scare me, but you're still like human beings. He's it's hard to explain.
Well, he sounds like a right idiot, if you ask me. Real pleased with himself.
He scares me.
Yeah, well, he don't scare me. Silly fool you are.
I know.
I thought you barely knew Colm.
Well, yes, but I heard plenty.
Is that right?